This is a general review of 1/50th scale cat small to medium sized loaders. We have the 906H, the 924G, 938K, 950H, 966K, and the 980K. Let's take a closer look. This is the 906H made by Diecast Masters. It's the smallest loader that I have, but it comes with good detail. The tire tread pattern is excellent. The color is good. There's hydraulic lines routing all over here. And of course there's an operator, which is a feature now known with Diecast Masters products. The bucket goes up an extremely high level, like so, which is excellent for even on-highway dump trucks, like so. So overall, despite the size of it, a very good quality model. This is the 924G Versalink made by Norscot. This model comes with 3 different attachments: a jackhammer, a forklift, and a bucket, which I obviously have installed. Now there are plenty of other reviews on YouTube that show what the tools look like and how they function, so I'm not going to go into that. Now I will note that I have modified mine slightly, and whereas the pins right here, the pivot pins, they come just in a bare metal on the stock model, so I have painted them with the cat yellow and the black just to add to the realism. Now overall it is a good model, looks pretty good, paint's nice, tires look good. The wheels are just molded plastic, which is probably one of its bigger downfalls. It does operate nicely, so it swivels fine, rolls really good. The bucket goes up to a very good height, like so. With that height, it's not only good for the flatbed trucks, like so, which would be great for the forklift attachment and whatnot, but it also works good on the on-highway dump truck, like so, as well as the 725 off-highway dump truck. So given the quality of the model, the features, the fact it has 3 different attachments, this is one of the best models for if you're doing dioramas or if you actually just want to play with it. This is the 938K by Diecast Masters. This also comes with multiple attachments, so the bucket is removable. The detail's pretty good. To me, the highlights are the beacon light, the tires, which have a good tread pattern and color, and I love the painted lug nuts. The function is pretty good, whereas the bucket raises to a decent height, which is good enough for the on-highway dump truck, which means it's good for the 725 off-highway dump truck. And now technically it can fit over the 740, but in my opinion the bucket is a little small for a 740. This is the 950H by Norscot. This is one of the nicest models for the loaders in my opinion. The tires are an excellent color, tread pattern, painted wheels. The bucket looks good. There's hydraulic hoses here. Unfortunately, they are just molded plastic instead of painted. The doors actually open. The handrails are plastic, but they're thin. It's got little detailing in the back here. The rear bumper is excellent, where it actually has a little pinhole here where you'd put a hitch or whatnot. So it looks good. The center part actually looks really good, better than most. Has the hydraulic cylinders here. Unfortunately, the function of it isn't very good. Now I actually have modified mine, where I cut the back of these little parts of the metal here just to allow the bucket to go higher, because by default it only goes up to about there. Maybe a little higher. Maybe about there. Anyways, in any sense, it won't even accept an on-highway dump truck. It hits it. Same thing with the 725. You could use it with a flatbed, but unfortunately, it just doesn't look that right. So mine you can lift higher, like so. However, by doing so, if you go too high, these will actually pop out, like so. So you can modify it, you just got to be careful. So great looking model. Unfortunately, the function isn't that great. This is the 966K from Tonkin, another highly detailed model from them. There's some great features. The tires actually look better than the ones on the 950, which is saying a lot. The center pin isn't as good as the 950, unfortunately, but still not too bad. This actually has an articulating rear axle, which is good. These plastic inserts along the engine cover here, they have some indents that look like perforation. There's some hydraulic hoses along the front here. Bucket looks good. Unfortunately, the clear plastic for the windshield, it's a bit faded, so it's not as clear as other models that I have. I do like the railing along the top. You can see that. And the handrails here are metal and very thin. The function also is something that's a positive. So lift that up. So it doesn't quite hold pose at the highest level, but it does get up there. So this is enough to obviously get up with the on-highway dump truck and the 725. But it's, I think, more fitting for even a 740. Like so. So in terms of loaders in the medium range, this is one of my favorites. This is the Norscot 980K. This comes in two different versions. A rock handling version that I have here and a material handling version. The rock version has more aggressive tires and teeth along the bucket. The detail is pretty good. Unfortunately, the back axle is solid. The tires have a great tread pattern. However, they're a bit shiny. I could use some more detail in the center pivot point right here. There is some perforation or some indents located in the engine cover here that are just molded into the casting. Looks alright, but it would have been better with some color, I guess. The handrails are plastic, but they're very thin and look really good. I do really like the twin cylinders right here. One thing I have noticed is when you're looking at it straight on, it's the symmetry. So it's virtually the same from left to right, whereas a lot of models you'll see, you know, maybe a headlight slightly bent or whatever on one side. So that's a nice detail there, or good quality. The bucket does raise to a realistic height. It also will hold pose. So go down, lift, like so. Doesn't quite hold at its max, but still very good. So with that, it matches very well with the 740B. And it's almost good enough for the 775G, which technically it does go over, but it might be a little small for that in terms of the bucket size. So in conclusion, all the loaders look pretty good, but some function better than others. Depending on the size of loader you want to go with, I would recommend the 966K or the 980K, and if you want something smaller, then the 924G Versalink. Thanks for watching.